Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the North Texas Mean Green, and the fans have been waiting since early this morning for the clash we have in store. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a squad from the American, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Rebels will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the North Texas Mean Green offense takes the field, and they'll try to put together the first drive of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Completes it in the middle. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Kearney. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. North Texas really has it going on offense. To the air on first down. Gets it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
All right, good news, the game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. Quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in with his decision-making in this game.
Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Harris. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught behind the line, it's Thomas. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Mean Green will have to reach into that playbook here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, 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 please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off, you're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
He'll keep it himself. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. He leaves it with his back. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. The Rebels really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Finds space on the right. There he goes. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
That's a first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
First down for the offense.
They'll try the run. Spins away from the defense. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And the Rebels, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels.
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Alabama is putting on an offensive clinic, the likes of which we've seldom seen, and this program has had some legendary players. They're up by 28 over USF. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Makes the grab.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. kick is in the air. He's got it. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down.
UNLV.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Connection to the right. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Fires on the move. Got his man. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, first and goal. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They want to throw it. Under fire. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The sack, and time has run out in the first half. They passed on a field goal attempt, and they'll get Zippo. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Denton than you have for what's been a fun first half? And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
North Texas will kick it off to start things here in the second half. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Rebels offense is back on the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their... Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Mean Green. The defense gets it down with that huge interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six. And
the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense doing its job again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground, forcing a third down situation, likely to be a pass. Both defenses have played a really good football game so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Picked off, a turnover in their own end. Touchdown, North Texas. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
Really good awareness by the defense. I'm supposed to drop back. I'm supposed to see the quarterback, and when he throws it, they'll break on it, gets the tip, and then you get the pick. That's just gravy. That's just a cherry on top of the sundae. And then take it back to the house. Let's get weird. Nice play by the defense.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14, UNLV, 7.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Irvin. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Skips away from pressure. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield. You use the play action to try to slow down the rush, make the defense hesitant. In that case, they weren't hesitant at all.
No, they weren't, and it was a nice job with respect to effort on defense. You saw guys engaged one-on-one. They got dudes beating some blocks, lots of speed in the front of that defense. You saw it on that play.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Kearney. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Caught in the backfield, it's Vaughn. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sideline. Touchdown, Mean Green! Fit it in the window for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Rebels offense is back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Lee. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Going to the ground. Finding open areas. Turning it on. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
At the 46-yard line. And that's a first down for the offense.
We've reached a break, and North Texas has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Final stance of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Second down coming up.
Wants to go up top. Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Now facing a 3rd and long. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Tight end now in motion. On 4th down, going to the air. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Got room on the return. Touchdown, North Texas. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th.
North Texas, 28. UNLV, 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
And the 23 brings up second down.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Now on second down. Back to pass. Rushes on him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know it's a pass. They got to throw the football to get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him. And he gets the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Rebels will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on 1st down and 2nd and 9. Handoff to the lone back. Breaks into the open. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Brings up second down.
Out out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Second down coming up.
Power football with the run. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
Brings up third down.
They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, Dave.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string